and welcome to Rainswept. Yes, the demo that I fell in love with last year is finally a fully released game. It came out on February 1st, and I am so very proud of the developer Arman for seeing this project through all the way to the end. And I'm not just saying that because he was kind enough to provide me with a key, so I really appreciate that. So we're gonna play through this from beginning to end, folks. All right, start fresh in your mind, and we are gonna see where this mystery road leads. Now, for those of you who don't know what Rainswept is, it's kind of a Twin Peaks inspired point and click about a detective trying to solve a murder. Now, because this is going to be a full playthrough, I do want to address one thing. If we get into the game and I hit parts that are nigh on identical to what I already played in the demo, I'm gonna just blast through that so that we can get to the parts that are completely new. So if you want to see what my genuine first reaction is to those parts, you can watch me play the demo, because obviously I played the demo. That was the first time I was seeing any of that dialogue and any of that story. I don't want to spend a lot of time on something that I and everybody else who has already watched my videos have already seen. Anyway, I think that's everything I wanted to say before jumping into this playthrough, so without further ado, Rainswept, new game. Monday, 12:14 a.m. October 7th, 1996. Wow. Off to a good start. I couldn't read a number. It just looks so cool to me to take this kind of drawing and, you know, just animate it in a movie-like cinematic way. It's just such a cool idea. I do like, too, that because of the style of this, like that character, even though his outfit is pretty nondescript, if you saw this character somewhere, you'd recognize it from this game immediately. Alright, Monday, 7:35 a.m. October 7th, 1996. See, I can read. God damn, it's really coming down. Hope I don't catch a cold again. Okay, I already know how to interact here. I got it. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so this is pretty much starting off the same as the demo did. So I'm gonna just kind of zip through this as per what I said earlier. Terrible. What'd you say? I can't hear you over the rain. I said terrible. Terrible business, all this. What, ladies? What do you have to say? Pah! It was only a matter of time, you know that. I know. Still, they were so young. I'm gonna dance while the lookers on are looking on. They give them a real show. Young and stupid, you mean? The stories I've heard. Alright, I'm done listening to you ladies. You don't have anything to say. Ma'am, please, you need to back away a little. What's happened here? A murder? Johnny, get under the umbrella. Granny, I want to leave. It's really cold. Can we go back to the shop now? We could all see this coming a mile away. Ma'am, please. Granny, please. All right, Johnny, let's go. There's no point standing here now. I knew this would happen. We should have done something. Nothing we could have done. Chris did this. I'm sure of it. It does look like that, doesn't it? Alright, so I think those were all the main characters. I like how he just kind of whooped away with the umbrella. Detective Stone, right? The chief is inside. They've been waiting for you. Okay. Mouse or number keys to select dialogue. Alright. You need to push the crowd away from the scene, officer. What? You have to speak up. I can't hear you over the rain. None of us can hear over nature, for some reason. The crowd. Handle them. There could be evidence out here. We can't have the crowd trampling all over the evidence. Oh, yes, I'm trying. Hey, Williams, what the hell are you doing? Trying to prop up this tape, sir. It won't stay. Well, get some sticks and drive them in. Yes, sir. Richard! Don't call for Richard. Richard's on leave. Do it yourself. Goodness. Sorry, Detective. Thing is, we're short of manpower here. We weren't prepared for this kind of thing. First time in decades, you know, a crime. And to top it off, this goddamn rain. This loud rain that none of us can hear over. Just get the crowd under control. I'm heading inside. Yes, Detective, don't worry. Richard! I mean Williams! Alright. Later, cops. Whoop! In I go. Oh, God. That's the sheriff. I should talk to him first. Okay. Michael? Huh? Oh, God. Wow. I like the coloration on that. Detective, are you okay? I think so, yeah. Guess I'm just a little tired after the long drive here. Again, that's not how being tired works. You don't just collapse on the floor with the colors all changey after hearing a voice call your name. And then it's like, I just didn't catch my Zeds. That's all. Okay, if you say so. Detective Stone, right? The head office called in to say that you'd be joining us here for this investigation. I'm Sheriff Harris, and this is Officer Watts. What? I'm pretty sure I made that joke when I saw that in the demo, and I don't care. Just something's funny about that. We appreciate the department sending help, but I don't think we'll need it. This case is ready to be wrapped up like a sandwich. What do we have here? The victims here are Christopher Green, age 26, died from a bullet wound to the head. Or otherwise, a gunshot wound. Looks self-inflicted. And Diane Miller, age 24, single bullet wound through the abdomen. The victims lived together, were unmarried. Okay. Nice. I feel like this is different from the demo. I don't think that he had a flash before, and her body was over in the middle, I think. Alright, let's go through. Number 1. Any signs of an intruder? No signs of forced entry. The door was locked from the inside when we arrived. An officer climbed through the open window here to open the door. There are no footprints outside that window. Except the officers. He was careful. No signs of struggle or marks on the bodies either. Okay. What was the time of death? According to the next door neighbor, a single gunshot was heard around 15 hours. I still don't know how to say that. We received the call at about 20 hours. I feel like that's not... I had the same problem in the demo, and we're here in another 5 minutes. We found them dead upon arrival and confirmed the timing. Alright. What do we know about the weapon? Both shots were fired from a .38 caliber special revolver. The ballistics report will let us know more. Any witnesses? Just the next door neighbor who claims to have heard a single gunshot. We can interview him shortly. Honestly speaking, Detective, we think it's pretty obvious what's taking place here. What do you mean? They had a reputation. They weren't exactly a happy couple. The whole town knows this. Diane was shot at point-blank range with Chris's gun. Probably by Chris. He then went ahead and shot himself, as the wound is clearly self-inflicted. So you see, sending you here unnecessarily complicates things. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna question their abilities. I'm gonna be the antagonizing detective this whole time. I'm beginning to think it was a very good idea, in fact. It's obviously a case of murder-suicide, Detective. So we've got it all figured out here already, huh? All the big wise sausages in the pan. If that was sarcasm, I'll ignore it. But yes, more or less. Are you suggesting there was domestic violence involved? It would seem so. It was never reported, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, rumors. You may call it that, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not sure that, and they were never really able to fit in this town. They were new here, moved in about 6 months ago. Never got out much, didn't make any friends, never got takeout. We don't need to analyze the obvious, Detective. That's Captain Obvious's job. And that would only be inefficient, and also sometimes I don't have punctuation. This is Officer Blunt. She will assist you through the course of your work here. Hello, Detective. And, one more thing. We're looking to wrap this case up quickly and cleanly. We don't want to drag it out if what? We don't want to drag it if it can be helped. Okay. We have an important festival coming around in a week's time, so you might say this is, rather bad timing. So there's no need to go around complicating things, all right? I already said that to you once, but I'm reiterating. Don't complicate things. Just give me a story that works, and we can close this case quickly. You know, the way that the justice system is supposed to work. Sarcastic reply. Yeah, sure. Can't wait to wrap this case up. Yeah, alright then. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm noticing that the developer did not change one thing about the dialogue that bothered me in the demo, and that was all of the stuttery umsies. But fine. It's fine. It's all fine. For now. Okay, then. Anyway, I like how this guy looks. Why can't I see my cursor? I want people to see who I'm looking at. Nope. I want people to see who I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the guy on the left. I like his hair. You know? I like your style, sir. Talk to me after this. All right. Have a look around the room if you'd like. Come talk to me when you're done. Okay. Hey. Don't come at me, all right? I said I like how you look. I didn't say I was looking for marriage. All right, let's walk around here. Hey, Officer Blunt, you and I are going to get very, very friendly, to be frank, Blunt. All right. Let's go check out this Blunt. Don't follow so closely. It makes me uncomfortable. Blunt! All right, let's check this out here. Gunshot to the stomach. I love the music in this, so it's really good. The damage and the residue would suggest the shot was taken at point-blank range. That rules out the possibility of her being shot from the open window. She would have been in a line of sight from the outside, though. There's no mistaking it. It's love. Also, the perpetrator would have to be inside the house to cause this kind of a wound. Whether that was Chris or someone else, it's hard to say at the moment. Well, actually, it'd probably be easy to say. It just might not be accurate. Alright, come on, Officer Blunt. Come on! I've got to look at more evidence. Yeah. What's this? What's this? There's something on the floor. It's signed Chris 96. I'm guessing Chris built some of the furniture around this house. Right. Or he signed it, you know. That's a thing that people do. Sometimes we sign things we didn't make. Let's check this out. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, this is where the music gets all like, yeah. All right. A .38 caliber special, as Officer Watt said. It looks pretty old. It can hold 6 rounds. It's a revolver, so it wouldn't have ejected the shell casings. They should still be in the barrel. All right, let's open the barrel. There are 3, if it's something that's only one option, I would like to be able to just left click and just have it kind of skip through it. But anyway, there are 3 unused rounds still in here and 3 spent shell casings. This means 3 rounds were fired from this gun at some point of time. If 2 were fired last night, where's the 3rd? Or was it shot last night or on some other day? The gun belonged to Chris, according to Officer Watts. Who's talking to me? Is that you, Officer Blunt? I like your jeans. Let's assume Chris or Diane were the ones to use it. Is there anyone else that could have known where they kept the gun? From Pineview? I really doubt it. Remember, no signs of forced entry. Could it be someone they were comfortable with or trusted? No one I can think of. Oh, how do you know what you can think of? What are you, in your own mind? Can I check his body out? Bullet wound to the head. The skull is badly damaged. Most of the side has been blown off. Yeah, I'd call that damaged. His body position and the way he fell would indicate that he was sitting sideways on the chair, facing where Diane's body is now. The angle of the shot indicates that he was shot from this side. If someone shot him, and also used the word shot lots in the same sentence, they were standing in front of the refrigerator shot. No clues there, though. He could have been shot from that window shot. At the moment it's shut, not shot. Must get it checked for fingerprints and footprints outside shot. Could someone have entered and left through here shot? We should have the fingerprint results in a couple of days, Detective. Don't forget, there aren't any footprints outside. You know what, you're very invested in those footprints outside. Very curious about that, sir. Don't think that your cuteness makes you above reproach. You are not. If someone shot from the outside, and Chris would have sat facing the refrigerator. That would make sense. That way the killer wouldn't need to enter the house. But in that case, who shot Diane? Gunpowder residue on his right hand. Hard to disagree with Officer Watt here. This is strong evidence for the victim shooting himself. Unless it was made to look that way. This chair's fallen on its back. Looks like Chris fell off the chair before or after being shot. Alright, what else can I check out? What is this? Red wine. No one drank from this glass. It would seem that Chris was sitting by himself at the table and drinking wine, waiting for someone to join him. Probably Diane. I gotta remember that Officer Blunt is the teal text. Whether he was waiting for her or someone else, we don't know yet. And the glass of wine was knocked over. This looks like wine, but there seems to be blood in here as well. How did blood spatter in this direction? Doesn't make sense. Was he a vampire? Those drops of blood feel out of place too. They're so circular. Officer Blunt, I think there's been more than the 2 gunshots that we're seeing here. Alright, anything else? Oh, what's here? Check this out. 38 special rounds. It's a box of 50 rounds. There are 44 here, which means 6 are missing. 2 were used last night. There were 3 still loaded in the gun, as we saw earlier. If 2 were shot last night, there's still 1 unaccounted for. Was that shot last night too, or on some other day? I think that's everything. Alright, let's go talk to Sexy. Come on, Blunt. Blunt! Oh, now you don't care where I'm going. Fine. We done here? Yes, I'm done. Alright, let's have a chat with Mr. Willis outside. Alright, now that doesn't make sense too, because if it only prompts you to go over there to talk to him when, like, you're done, because it says, okay, I'm done. I thought she was pointing a gun at me. I was about to say, bitch, you better back up. But if it only prompts you to go talk to him when you're done, then when he says, are you done, you should just automatically say, yes, I'm done. Because there's no reason to have, like, an option. I guess if you just want to look around at the scenery or, you know, look at the evidence twice, but I don't know why you would do that. Right. This is Mr. Willis. He lives right there next door. Bruce? Coffee detective? I don't drink coffee. But you know what? For him, he can have it. Just this one time. Yes, thank you. Whoop! Now it's in my hand. You can ask him any questions you may have about last night. Right. Mr. Willis, have you ever heard of the Beast? Can you tell me everything that you saw or heard during last night's events? Well, see, I'd headed off to bed around... Yeah, this is another thing. I don't know if I'm going to do voices. I might if it's like a character that's recurring. But right now I'm going to drink some Poland seltzer. Honestly, if ever I do get a sponsor, my very first one should be Polar. Because I go through like one bottle of seltzer through every freaking video I record. Anyway, well, see, I'd headed off to bed at around 11 p.m. as I usually do after a glass of whiskey. Helps me sleep, you know. Anyway, somewhere around 12:15 a.m., I'd say, I was woken up by a loud bang. And it wasn't my neighbors doing it. I ran to my bedroom window that looked straight down at their place. And what did you see? Nothing. Their kitchen lights were on, but that's about it. I went to my phone and called Officer Watt here straight away. All right. Ooh, sounds like a storm's a-brewing, like my coffee. How long did it take you to get to the window once you heard the shot? About a couple of seconds, Detective. Not more than 5, I'd say. I'm pretty quick. I nearly fell out of my bed when I heard the shot, so you might say I was halfway there already. Okay. Did you see any sort of activity on the street? Anything unusual? Flash mobs? No, Detective. Everything was exactly the same as always. You said you heard a single shot? Yes, a lot of the shots around here are lonely. The whiskey usually knocks me out pretty good, so if there'd been more, I didn't hear them. That's weird. Move on to other okay. Do you live alone, Mr. Willis? Yes, I do. Never got married. It's a long story. One meant to be talked over a couple of whiskeys, know what I mean? Can anyone confirm your whereabouts, Mr. Whiskey Drinker? No. I was just at home, you see? Am I a suspect? It's procedure, Mr. Willis. I know Mr. Willis. He's cool. I know he's cool. I'm sexy. I've got nice hair. Just agree with me. All right. Again, I'm just going to be the one that's antagonistic. I'm gruff. Do you not see how gruff I am? Yeah. We'll need to have a talk later, officer. Talk? About what? Just later, okay? Okay, Sherlock. Whatever you say, Holmes. You are trying my patience. Anyway. Did Chris and Diane have many visitors, friends, etc.? No. Not at all, in fact. And all this time, I only maybe saw Jack coming over to fix their car. Nah, people rarely ever visited them, 'cause I don't know how to speak all of a sudden. 'Cause they mostly kept to themselves, see? Never made any friends here. But sometimes folks don't like those kinds either, so I can't really say, know what I mean? No, please, elaborate. You won't find anyone crying over their deaths here. Nobody really knew them. It never got out much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Mr. Willis? I don't know what that Skippy-Doo is after I select, but fine. I don't know if this is useful, but you might have heard about Chris and Diane. They looked pretty happy when they first moved in. More recently, though, I heard Diane crying a couple of times, usually late at night. See, the whiskey knocks me out early, so maybe that's why I never heard all this before. But a couple of times I was up a little later. One night, about a month ago, I heard pretty bad things. There were some loud sounds, like stuff being flung around and such, see? I heard someone crying. I was thinking to myself that maybe I should call the police, but then it quieted down all of a sudden. That's a thing that things do. We never received any calls for domestic violence, but people have often talked of stories of this kind. Can you remember when you heard this, Mr. Willis? Well, I was up late night writing an important letter. I think it must have been somewhere between 1st to 3rd last month. 1st to 3rd September, all right. Anything else? No, that's all I know about this. Right. Thanks for your help, Mr. Willis. We'll be in touch if we need anything else. No problem, and, thanks for the coffee. So, Detective, you said you wanted to have a talk later? Is now a good time? Yes, officer. Please don't tell witnesses they're not under suspicion, especially not in front of them. So, basically you're telling me that I don't know how to do my job, is that it? No, basically I'm saying you're very attractive and I'd like your phone number, but only if you learn to be more professional. All I'm saying is, this case isn't all wrapped up as you'd like to believe. How can you not see what's right in front of you? It's so obvious. It's Officer Blunt. Mr. Willis didn't see anything outside the house after the gunshots, and there are no signs of anyone forcing entry either. On top of that, considering how rough things were between the two of them, and you heard what Mr. Willis said, right? That doesn't prove anything. I picked that choice without reading the other two. But this is still accurate, so it's fine. The state of their relationship could be relevant, or it might have nothing to do with the case. We still need evidence to prove it either way. As for not spotting anyone outside the house, we can't just rely on one witness for the complete picture. We need a camera. A witness that was half asleep, I should add. Well, what about the door, huh? How was it locked from the inside? Explain that. I checked the door. It locks itself from the inside when you pull it closed. Whether you pull it from the outside or push it from the inside. You just got served. You just got served more than that coffee, bro. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that there's no conclusive evidence yet. Well, fine then. Dig as deep as you'd like, Detective Dig Dug. You won't find anything new here. I was perfectly capable of handling this case myself, but of course the head department had to complicate things. In any case, Sheriff Harris will probably want to wrap up this case before the festival, so don't expect him to wait for more than a week. Okay. You shouldn't have said he probably would want to, since there was a whole conversation about it. You should have just said he wants to, because we all know he wants to. I have to head to the station now, officer. Escort Detective Stone to his hotel. Will do, sir. All right. Later, Bacons. All right, so this is all pretty much the same. We'll come back in the evening to search the house. Letters, diaries, things of that sort. All right. When can we expect the autopsy results? Day after tomorrow, according to the coroner. But I'll confirm and let you know. I'm guessing there were more than 2 bullets shot last night. We should take another look around the kitchen to make sure. 3 bullets? But... We're actually glad that you're here, you know. Although the sheriff and Officer Watts would rather not admit it. Even to themselves. This is like the first murder here in the last 100 years or so. We have no idea how to deal with it. I mean... Okay, I'm gonna be sweet to Officer Blunt, alright? Because she's just here trying to do her job, you know? They're also trying to do their job, but they get under my skin. Alright. It's alright. I know what you mean. I just joined the force a month back, for instance. Again, why do I sometimes not able to talk am? And to murder already. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I kind of knew them, you could say. I've never known anyone that's been murdered before, you know? I mean, I've known a couple of people who were turned into werewolves, but that's an entirely different situation. It's kind of weird. A bit sad. I know as an officer I'm not supposed to feel that way and all. You'll be fine. Give it time. Thanks, Detective. No, thank me. Thank me. I made him nice. What do you know about Chris and Diane? Well, not much. It's mostly what Mr. Willis said earlier. Nobody knew them, really. They came in here, kept to themselves. You'd heard stories about them. Everyone thought they were some kind of weirdos. I admit, I kind of agreed with that sentiment, too. I feel bad about that now. There's no reason to make assumptions about people's character. And character can't be used as evidence. Well... I mean, it can be kind of in court. That's why they have character witnesses. So I'd really like to help figure out what the real story is, whatever it may be. Well, I think I'm doing the same thing too, Officer Blunt. You and I are going to get along. The sheriff said that there's a festival in town next week. What's that about? Oh, it's an annual thing. We have it every October. There's a fair on the market street. There's food, rides. We get a lot of tourists from nearby states around that time. It's a good source of revenue for some of our smaller businesses here. That, of course, is less important in the light of recent events. Good to hear you say that. Of course! We can't go around trying to wrap up cases based on our assumptions, whatever the situation may be. I mean, these were people's lives that ended, and it's our job to figure out what really happened. Good on you, Officer Blunt. So I guess what I'm saying is, you can count on me during this investigation. You got a friend in me. Thanks. Alright. End that dialogue. I'm hoping the local police will let me do the job I've been sent to do, though. I don't mean you. Detective, I know what you mean. Honestly speaking, Sheriff Harris is an asshole. I'm serious! He doesn't care about anything except running off home and taking it easy. This case probably ruined his plans to relax and enjoy the festival week. I hate people like that. Sorry to be so blunt. Officer Watts, though, he's really sweet. I know he comes across as a little obnoxious, but he's cute. Oh my god! Whoa. I kind of feel like I want to keep it to 30 minutes for each one, so let's get through this scene, and then I'll call it. I saw her. She was right there. Why am I seeing her? Why am I thinking of her? Alright. Look at Officer Blunt sitting here. Look at her little legs. Oh, I love it. Alright. Look at her. Jeez. I hope she's not hurt. How's the car looking? I don't know. Ask Jack. He's working on it. Talk to me when you're done. Alright. Yeah, this is different. They definitely added like a little bit more lush scenery here. Okay, let's keep going. With Jack. Let me just take a look at you first. You said his name's Jack. It's a good thing he was passing by when the crash happened. Hey, Jack. Sup, dude? What's the issue with the car? Besides the fact that I crashed it. Well, the headlights and the bumper's gone. You need to have them replaced. I'm gonna have to check if they've got a replacement part so I can fix it. How long will it take you to fix it? A couple of days, 3 maybe, depending on how quickly I can get the parts. Shouldn't take more than 4 days at most. Oh boy. Hey dude, can you fetch me my big red wrench? Should be in a toolbox outside. Just like, no. Alright, I'll get it. You're amazing, bud, thanks! Okay. No, don't give me that kind of energy. I'm rattled. Let's just check out some of this flavor stuff here. Jack got us hearing that. Alright. Yeah, I do like the little touch, the extra foliage. Look at this car. Ooh, what a beauty. I wonder if it's Jack's. The red Corvette. That could be the toolbox Jack mentioned. It's locked. I need to ask Jack for the key. What? He told me to go get... No. Don't do things like that. Also, I need another sip of my seltz. You know, gotta sip that seltz. Hashtag sip seltz. Alright. Yeah. That's never not to be good. Alright. Toolbox is locked, Jack. Oh? That's weird. Why'd I lock it? Anyway, the key should be somewhere among the stuff behind your car. Thanks, dude. Yeah. Alright. Fine. Okay, so I guess that's a way for me to get, that's a prompt for me to rummage. Fine. Alright. Got the key. Tar, shovel. Wonder what Jack uses them for. Alright. Do I have the key? Is it in my possession? Good. Why is there a door there? Oh, well, I mean, I see why. Okay. That opened it. Let's see what's in there. Alright, let's take the big red wrench that he asked for. What happens if I bring in the blue one? Let's see. This looks right. Bringing you the wrong color, baby. Alright. No, that's not it, dude. I need the big red one. This one's no good. Alright, then why the fuck do you still have it? I mean, damn. A wrench is a wrench of Kench. Alright, fine. This must be it. I was hoping there'd be something ridiculous, like I brought him the wrong wrench and then he'd flip out and I'd find out he's actually a psycho. Yeah, that's it. Love this wrench. Thanks, bud. That red convertible there, is that yours? Yeah, man. That's a 65 Mustang. Love that ride. I got it used for pretty cheap off a guy who couldn't take care of her anymore. Luckily the car's got something that keeps it running like new now. You? You're pretty smart. Yeah, it's got me now. Got me to sex it up. I spend all my free time on her, fixing her up and making sure she runs better than new. And I keep her happy by taking her on long, beautiful drives on the roads outside town. You've got a shovel and some tar there, and also some car issues. What do you use those for? That dude... I do a bit of construction work on the side sometimes, you know, fixing up driveways and stuff, for some extra cash. Alright, I get it, bro. We all gotta do what we gotta do to make that dough. Detective, you're here investigating Diane's murder, right? And Chris, yes. Do you have any information that could help us? I don't know about information, man. I just know that he did it. What do you mean? Chris, he killed her. Why do you say this? Everyone could see it coming. Diane, they say she was troubled. Scared of him, even. Someone in this town should have done something. We all knew this could happen. But no one cared enough about them to bother interfering. How do you know all this? I don't know. Rumors around town, mostly. Did you know Chris and Diane well? Not really. People here barely did. They were not the kind to come out and make friends with their new neighbors, it looks like. They still felt like outsiders to the rest of us. What were you doing last night? What was I doing last night? Yeah, that's what I asked. Dude, I was doing my car, like right up in her tailpipe. Right. I drove a couple miles from here and drank a few beers while I enjoyed the view. Okay. At night? Yeah, the stars, man. You see... Was there anyone with you? Did you meet anyone? Nah, man. There's nothing like the pleasure of your own company sometimes. Alright, thanks for your help, Jack. We shall be back if we have any more questions. Of course you will. What do you mean, Jack? For your car, man. Come back when it's fixed. You get way too serious way too fast, man. Chill out. Yeah, you chill out with your ass. Alright. Nip-a-bam. I'm not gonna look at that sign. I already know what it says. Oh, Officer Blunt, you're standing. Ha-chank. Hey. Hi. Yeah, zoom in, getting real close on that. You sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine, surprisingly. I'm really sorry about the crash. I don't know what... It's alright. Especially since we're okay. Something else worries me, though. What's that? What happened back there? How'd we hit that tree? Alright, now, in the demo, I was dedicated to being totally honest with her, and I'm going to do the same thing in this full playthrough, because Officer Blunt is just me and her, right? Till the end. And if I'm going to trust her, I need her to trust me, so I'm going to tell the truth. I thought I saw something. What did you see? I thought I saw a person. That's kind of creepy. Yeah. But are you okay otherwise? I mean, I don't know you, so I don't know if this is a regular thing. No offense. Nah, that's okay. I know what you mean. I'm fucked up in the head, man. Yeah, I mean, you collapsed back there at the crime scene, too. And then this. Yeah, I don't know. I've been a little dizzy all day. Maybe I just need a nap. Seeing this kind of stuff kind of bums me out. I'm just saying, if there's anything wrong, you can talk to me about it. Don't hesitate. I won't. I won't talk to you about it. I won't. Detective! I'm gonna drive to the next town for a bit. Want me to drop you on the way? Alright, there we go. Here we are, the famous Pineview Main Street, and also the end of this video. Alright, so that's it for episode 1. So far, so good. I really like the update to the visuals. Mainly, I feel like the color palette's a little bit more vibrant. There are some additions. It looks like there are more things in the foreground, but the trees are definitely like one of the standouts. They're a lot different. There's a lot more dimension to the foliage. So I'm really liking that. Some things with the dialogue, I'm so nitpicky. Again, just because I'm a writer, I'm nitpicky about dialogue. I'm nitpicky about phrasing, but I'm not going to let that bother me because the story, it is hyping up. This is good stuff. And I want to see where this goes. So we're not into new story territory yet. Like, all of this is stuff that I knew from the demo. We got in, we know what the crime is, we know some things are not adding up, we know that the people in the town are a little bit reluctant to talk about it, but they also kind of want to talk about it. So, we got a little mystery here, and we're going to figure it out. So join me for the next episode of Rainswept. Subscribe, alright, so that you know when it's happening. You can come back and you can be like, yes! But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and Armand, thanks again so much for giving me a key to be able to play this game in full. I'm really looking forward to reaching the thrilling conclusion, whatever it may be. And I'll see you all back here in Pineview for episode 2.